Yes, boys. Good to see so many people here on the call. Obviously, it's recording now. This is obviously getting on YouTube. Let's go, boys. So, as you know, actually, I should have probably prepared all of my stuff before I started recording, but it's all good. We can do this. So, this year, of course, I have done an absolute mad thing. I've been everywhere. I've been everywhere. I've been to a million different countries. I've been living a very high energy lifestyle. Because last year I was just completely cave goblin mode, sat in my office every single day, not even going outside. Last year, my life was literally just wake up, wake up, work, go boxing, come home, and then occasionally, punch people up every now and again. Had four boxing fights last year. Had four boxing fights last year, and I competed in obviously that tournament, the WKO European Ring Sports Championship, where I got robbed of my European title, got silver medal against Will. But last year I was very, very focused, right? I was very, very focused. This year, I made it my New Year's resolution at the start of the year to have more of a life, start dating, and just start actually, doing things, socializing, meeting people, going places, all of these things, right? And I've taken life from one extreme to the other. I stress my mom out a lot because my mom's like I've gone from one serious extreme all the way to the other serious extreme, and she doesn't like me going away for a month to Thailand without calling her or nothing on 2 weeks' notice. Oh shit, mom, sorry, I forgot to tell you. Yeah, tomorrow I'm going to France. I stress my mom out a lot because this year, obviously, I've been everywhere. Here's some pictures from the year. Thailand. Adam was in Thailand, Adam the stud. We had a great time climbing mountains with Jordan, alpha set of meetups, seminars, Thailand, Tenerife, Amsterdam with Hamza, the YouTuber. You guys probably know Hamza. Switzerland with Grayson Lupaz's mastermind. Cigar nights in Switzerland. I started dating, didn't go on a single date at all the entirety of last year. I've been dating this year. France, cigars, wine, jumping off rocks, jumping off mountains. Very, very high energy lifestyle. And it's been a lot of fun. It's been very, very good. And I've realized from this year that there was actually like there's actually quite an important thing about maintaining a high frequency and actually living a life that you enjoy. I think that's actually quite powerful as opposed to just being in the office and just being disciplined and grinding, blah, 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 blah. Grind, 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 grind. Because I'm sure all of you boys know, and then, all of you boys know that, it's quite easy to get stuck in the habit of being disciplined where you're doing the work, but you don't feel good about the work that you're doing. You're just kind of going through the motions. And the example that I always like to bring up here is like I know people that have been coming to my boxing gym for literally since I started, 3 years, 4 years, been coming to my boxing gym, and they come every week, but they're still shit. They're still like bad at boxing, even though they've been showing up every week and coming for years, and they just don't seem to get better. Why don't these people get better? Is because the intention's not behind it, because they are living on it. They're showing up to the gym with negative energy, low frequency, no intention to get better. They're just going through the motions. Going through the motions. It's still better than not doing it at all, I guess. I mean, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Maybe you could find something that you could be doing instead that would increase your frequency. But what's the point of coming boxing every day for 3 years and not getting better and still being shit? What's the point of that? You know? So I've been living this high energy lifestyle all year. I got back from France on Sunday. It was an interesting one as well. It was like a very miserable journey home from France because I was on 3 hours sleep and I slept on a boat. Very random story for another day, not for this YouTube video. Yeah, I slept on a boat. But I got back from France and all of a sudden, yeah, I just feel very motivated and energized into the next season of my life. What this whole video is about what I like to call the seasonal lifestyle. Okay. So let's actually go into this. So I'm going full monk mode for the next 6 weeks. Why 6 weeks? It's going to be a long term. It's going to be a longer season than just 6 weeks. 6 weeks is a little bit, a little bit cowardly. That's not a long time at all. But the reason why this initial 6 weeks is crucial is because exactly on the day from today, recording this video, 6 weeks from now is my brother's birthday. And I can assume that I probably won't be on monk mode for my brother's birthday. After my brother's birthday, I don't know, maybe we'll go to Greece or something. I don't know what the plan is for my brother's birthday. But then after that, it's probably going to be another monk mode again. But my monk mode is different to other YouTubers' monk mode because other YouTubers' monk mode is just depressing as fuck. It's, that lifestyle that I lived last year of not going outside, and it's boring and it's low frequency. It's not fun. So this is my plan. This is what I've put together of how I personally, this is exactly what I'm going to be doing in order to like massively change my life in the coming season. This is what I'm doing personally, boys. And like you can do it too. And like I promise you, you will see the progress that I make from doing this. Like in real time, I promise you, you will see the progress. Okay. So starting today, I'm on a mission. A season of conquest. Seasonal lifestyle is what I'm talking about. And this is the season of conquest. I've just been on my traveling arc, been traveling, doing a mad thing. Now I'm on my season of conquest. Delayed gratification has brought us all this far, and delayed gratification is what is going to continue to take us to that next level. The work that we do today is going to pay off tomorrow. 90% of people in the world have been trapped into slavery. When I say slavery, people just assume that I'm, hyperbole. They assume that I'm exaggerating. But I want you boys to know right here, right now, that I absolutely mean it when I say that 90% of the world are trapped into slavery. I mean slavery. Slavery is what I mean. Slavery. The same slavery that we're thinking of, that's what I mean. They work a dead job to make someone else wealthy with no freedom, no money left over at the end of the month. The middle class is getting wrecked. The middle class is getting wrecked in this country, especially. We're getting wrecked. This is slavery, brother. They're definitely getting better at the slavery because people are complacent and people don't even realize they're slaves. What an amazing job they're doing at the slavery when people don't realize they're slaves. But that is slavery. Thankfully, in Alpha Setters, we are all attuned to this. We're all getting into the remote sales world. And sales is the path of the free man. Sales is the path of the free man, but as a regular like sales rep, where you're actually working in like a normal company, maybe you've even got base pay, you've got to go into the office, blah, blah, blah. You're not a free man yet. You've got one step out of the door, one foot out of the door, but you're not there yet. At this point, when you're in just a sales role like I was, door to door, cold calling, you're still early days into your escape. But true leverage, you get true leverage that's when you get into the online space. What you guys are doing, that's when you get to access location freedom, time freedom. This is the path of the free man. When you get into remote sales, you get to experience life for the first time. It's very interesting for me to reflect on. When I was writing this, I just had a little reflection moment. I've actually got a board here with a load of competitors on it, a load of faces that I look at all the time because these are like my competition, the people that I want to crush. And on the board, I've got a picture of me in door-to-door sales. I'm sure I remember airdropping myself a picture of me in door-to-door sales just so that I could add it to this. But I guess not. I know it's on here somewhere though. Okay, here we go. So yeah, this is me, 17 years old, 2019, when I got into door-to-door sales. So I've been in sales now for 5 years. That's a bit mad. Got into sales 5 years ago. 17, skinny kid, socially awkward, didn't like talking to people at all. My mum thought I had mute syndrome because I wouldn't open my mouth. Like if we had family around or anyone that I didn't know, wouldn't talk to them. Got no interest in talking to them. I'm still kind of the same, to be honest, but like, as a salesman, I've learned how to tap into extrovert Temmie and introvert Temmie. I've learned how to switch between the two. But this is me when I first got into door-to-door sales. When I got into door-to-door sales, I had no idea what this was going to lead to at all. Zero clue. I was in college at the time, learning business from these silly women that have never had a business and they make 30 grand a year. I was in college. It's funny because I passed college without doing any of my final major project, any of my coursework. The tutors just patterned it for me. I don't know why. Thank you to them. Hopefully they don't get fired from watching this, from someone exposing this video. But yeah, I've been able to scale to the point where I'm financially good. I have the freedom to live life in Temi mode, just from sales, just from the sales skills. I've been able to scale to the point through my businesses to the point where I get to live life in Temi mode. What does Temi mode mean? I live the whatever the fuck I want life, as Conor McGregor says. I get to choose what I want to do with my life, whether I want to travel, whether I want to do this, what I'm doing right now, on lock in for 6 weeks and just work, 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 work. I get to live life in Temi mode. And I've actually reached to the point now where work for me isn't even about making money. So when I first started my business, Alpha Setters, at the start of last year, appointment setting agency, appointment setting training program, my goal for the end of the year was to hit my first 20K a month. It's quite a big boy number. Like that number scared me quite a lot. I remember having a conversation with my coach, like my goal for the end of the year, 20K a month. That was a mad goal for me. Like at the time, that was crazy. And through the agency, I did that. I did that in 7 months or something like that. I did that in like 7 months. I smashed that goal of 20K a month. Smashed it. So I proved to myself that I could make that kind of money. Let's see if I got screenshots. And then while I was in Thailand, I had another goal. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go all in on Alpha Setters, and I want to see how far I can scale Alpha Setters. The agency's boring me. I'm not really interested in that right now. Let's see if I can just make Alpha Setters my full-time income, the program side of things, the training program. And you might have noticed that after I got home from Thailand, the amount of students that we was onboarding skyrocketed like crazy. Because what happened? I went viral on TikTok. Crazy. Literally, just as I put that out into the world, God blessed me, went viral on TikTok. Boom. Screenshot. So yeah, this is me in January. This is me doing $27,000 in revenue, including PayPal and bank transfer. $22,500 cash collected on Stripe, and then PayPal plus bank transfer. That's in January, so that's exactly 12 months after starting my business. And then through Alpha Setters in May, this is not a single penny from agency clients, pay-per-head clients, anything like that. Not a single penny through that. That is all through coaching. 19.7, wait, bruv, 16.9, but where have I got the 7 from? 16.9 thousand pounds, which is $21,000, and that's entirely through coaching. So July 2024, I've proved to myself that I can build an agency that makes a lot of money, and I can build a coaching business that makes a lot of money. I know full well that I can do both of these things. So now I know that I can make money. Work for me is no longer just about making money. I'm living Temi life. I'm living life in Temi mode now. Now I decide what I want to do with my life, what I want to work on, based on just what I want to do and what I want to work on, not what I need to do, anything like that. I get to work on what I want to work on, which is a true blessing, and that's true freedom. A man's priority is always his purpose, his mission. Let me stop sharing my screen for a second. Has anyone here read The Way of the Superior Man?
Yeah, I have.
Marcel, have you read it?
Part of it, yeah.
Parts of it, okay. Very good book, boys, that I highly, 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 highly recommend. Highly recommend. Like, if I had to, I'd put that on my top 5 for sure. And I'm a big reader. Like, I read 50 pages every single day. You know, I read a lot of books. Definitely in my top 5, I recommend. So in that book, a big part of that book is talking about how a man's purpose is his mission. That's what true masculinity always craves purpose. Masculine energy craves purpose. That's what you want. That's why women will get drawn to watch love movies, because feminine energy, that feminine energy likes, relationships and their family and their friends and their partner. That's like usually their priority. Masculine energy, what do we like watching? We like watching 300. We like watching the 300 Spartans lay their life on the line to defend against the Persian hordes. We like watching James Bond. We like the mission, boys. That having a purpose, that's what fulfills masculine energy. That's what we crave as men. When you are stuck in slave mode, your only mission is to escape, right? Your mission is to escape the cage. That's your mission. But once you have escaped captivity, your mission is to build a better world. And to build a better world, that could mean so many different things. You build a better world in your way through your vision, right? We're all like young men here. Like I think Simon's probably the oldest guy in this particular call at 24, right? 24? Yeah, 24. We're all young men. But in 2024, young men, it's like we don't make much progress nowadays, you know? Like, you know, think of our ancestors. Alexander the Great had already started conquering nations at 23 years old, right? You know? So we're young men and we have the power. If anyone has the power, it's us as young men to build a better world, to build towards our vision of the future. I always say in my YouTube videos that I'm sick of UK slander, right? I always say I'm sick of UK slander. People are always saying, oh, why don't you move out the UK? You make all the money. Yeah, you could live anywhere you want. Bruv, this is my home. I'm not abandoning this. My vision for a better future is making the UK a place where we can be proud of once again, a place that we can live and actually like it here. That's my vision for the future. So I'm going to do that. But we all need to have a vision for the world that we want to live in. Like, how can we build a better world? Building a better world could literally be like, you could be like a baker and you could be making the world a better place by providing amazing bread to your community. And that could be your purpose, right? But it's our duty as men to, our mission is to work towards building a better world. I used to have this masculinity club theme page that I used to run. Used to have this theme page. It's called Temi TMC now because we use it as an outreach account. But I used to post like a load of self-improvement content. I used to post some cool content, boys. I used to post some very cool content. And I had this one series that I did this one time called the Ultimate Masculinity series. Right? Let's go through this. So these are all things like you put all of these things together, and these are the things that you need in order to make the world a better place. So Ultimate Masculinity, part one. Part one of the Ultimate Man is strength. Mastery. Mastery means mastering a skill. If you master a skill, then that skill is now your gift to the world. So the example that I just gave is bakery. If you master bakery and you'll get really, really good at making bread, your gift to the world is your amazing bread making abilities. All the niggas love your bread, you know? You put a smile on everyone's face because your bread is just so amazing. Mastery. Courage. You need the courage to go out into the world and have the balls to just violently pursue your vision, you know? Not everyone's going to agree with your vision, but you've got to have the courage to just go out there and make it happen anyway. And of course, honor as well. The last one is honor. You can't build a better world without honor. So this is the Ultimate Masculinity series that I made. Again, you can see that 87 weeks ago, a long time ago. But this was like a little hobby of mine, this little theme page that I had. I never made a penny off this theme page. It was just a hobby while I was on my self-improvement journey, talking about it, talking about the things I was learning. These are the things that are necessary in order to build a better world. So our purpose as men is on building a better world, and masculine energy, our priority as men is on the mission. Okay, everyone following? Cool. So what is my mission right now? My mission right now is to become a leader and build my army. Now, let's talk about this, the 300. So I'm glad Simon's in the call because Simon gave me this amazing, amazing idea. Let's get on to this, right? So the main thing out of everything, so again, my life has literally been crazy this year. Like Instagram only captures a very small fragment of this. Most people's lives look better on Instagram than they do in the real world. Mine's absolutely the opposite because I'm definitely not the type of guy where it's like if I'm having a fucking great time, let me get my camera out. That's definitely not me. Okay. Life has been crazy this year, but out of everything that's happened this year, I think that the thing that has brought me the most joy in life is you boys, my beautiful community of alpha setters. That's why while I was in Thailand and I was living free out there in Thailand, the thing that was just really in my heart that I wanted to focus on was alpha setters. The agency wasn't interested in me. I wanted to focus on the program because you boys, the community that we've got here, is so much fun for me. Like training you guys, the amount of fulfillment that I get from helping you guys, and then also just having finally, for once in my life, having a group of like-minded people that I can just banter with, be unfiltered with, beat each other up every now and again, have cigar nights. You guys are just interested in the same things as me, and that's a blessing of having a personal brand. You guys resonate with me, and you guys have brought me the most joy out of anything this year, right? Alpha Setters, for the people watching this YouTube video, is my men-only appointment setting training program that I've built alongside my agency for the last 1.5 years. Great group of lads. You know, we've got Adam the stud there. Stud. We've got Simon, a very, very intelligent man. Got a great group of lads. Yeah. We even beat the fuck out of each other every single day in Thailand for people that get the joke. My mission right now, the mission that I've decided to lock in on right now for the next few weeks, is to continue to scale my Alpha Setter program / community until we get to 300 men inside this program. Why specifically 300? Again, Simon is the one that came up with this idea when we did our meetup in Manchester. He told me this, and I was like, bro, that's fucking genius. Why 300? Because 300 Spartans gave their lives to defend Greece from the Persian barbarians. I've actually got a King Leonidas statue that I got from Greece like 2 years ago. Right here. So it just makes so much sense. Like, this is me. This is me now. And you guys are my Spartans. 300 Spartans gave their lives to defend Greece from thousands and thousands and thousands of Persians. The Persian hordes could not defeat 300 Spartans, 300 Spartan men. I think that's pretty cool, boys. I think it's going to be pretty cool for let's say I start my agency again, or let's say someone hires an appointment setter through David's agency or through Chris's agency or through Jordan's agency. If someone hires an alpha setter or someone like your guys' clients right now, anyone that's hired an alpha setters, they can say that they have one of the 300 alpha setters. They'll never be more than 300. They'll never be more than 300. They will have one of the 300. That's cool to me. I don't know about you guys, but that just seems so cool to me. I think if alpha setters, when over 300 students, it would get to the point where I don't have time to actually commit to you guys anyway. I want to know you guys by name. I want to be able to put my personal time into all of you boys. So I think 300 is a perfect number. Those 300 Spartans, there's 300 alpha sets. That's the vision. That's the vision that I want to work towards right now. What happens after we get to 300 students? Doors closed. Permanently capped at 300 students forever, permanently. This is on YouTube right now, me saying it's capped at 300. I'm not going to go back on that, boys. Genuinely, it's capped at 300, and I mean that. Once I get to 300, then yeah, time to find a new way to make money, boys. But that's fine. That's the next chapter of life, right? Let's watch this video. Oh, by the way, boys, before we watch this video, I'm potentially speaking now at the Gen Z Club event. They messaged me this morning like, hi, like, do you want to speak about your services on the Gen Z Club event or something? Blah, blah, blah. So I might actually be speaking at that event. Obviously I need to work things out with them. Like, I don't know if it's that easy, but if I am a speaker at this event, we're at this like professional networking event where everyone tries to be way more serious than they need to be. Everyone just really try hard to these events, boys. Alpha setters are going to make some noise. So we'll practice it. I'll let you know if I'm speaking and we'll practice it beforehand. Whilst I'm speaking, if I go alpha setters make some noise, I want to see this, boys. I want to see the, I want all the alpha setters just, let's make it memorable, innit? Let's make people remember the alpha setters. Everyone else showing up to this event, they're all going to be there on their one man, on the two man, super serious. Boys, we are pulling up to this event with 20 man on some gang shit. We are going to be remembered at this event. I just want you to know. So this is what I'm expecting from you boys. If I get up on stage, this is what I'm expecting.
You're eager to join forces. There's blood you seek. Welcome to join us. Only just a handful of soldiers against Xerxes. You see, I was wrong to expect Sparta's commitment to at least match our own. Doesn't. You, yeah, you're a professional. And you, Arcadian. What is your profession? Sculptor, sir. You? Blacksmith. Spartans! What is your profession?
That's what I want to see, boys. There's a lot of princesses in the appointment setting space and in the high ticket sales space right now. A lot of princesses. Entitled guys, flimsy mindsets, part-time savages. Alpha says it's going to get to the point where it's 300 studs. That I'm talking 300 studs. 300 guys that, you've heard, 300 guys where it's like, I call the alpha setters, we'll pick up the swords and shields and we'll go take over the nation. We'll go reclaim the Holy Land, boys. That's what we'll do. So that's my vision. That's the vision that I want to work towards. I want to build an army of 300 studs in alpha setters. Everyone's making money. Everyone's printing cash, stacking commissions. Alpha setters' reputation is known everywhere. Everyone's heard of the alpha setters. Everyone wishes they could hire an alpha setter. That's the vision that I'm building towards 100%. This is the current project that I'm now obsessed with and I'm going to work on. And then after I get to the point where alpha setters is full, that's when it's time for me to choose what the next project is. I'll choose the next project, and then it's time for me to find a new way to make money, right? Because right now, alpha setters is my income source. Since Thailand, I've been all in on alpha setters, like I showed you the screenshot. After we get to 300, it's time for me to find a new way to make money. But I'm cool with that. There's options. I know I've got a skill set. I know I can build businesses. I know I've got leverage. So then, yeah, what will be next? I don't know. Property, maybe. Maybe grow my agency again. Go all in on a sales agency. I'm thinking maybe I might even decide to grow another sales agency, but just target Wales this time. Just target really, really big companies. There's a lot of options there. But once our alpha setters is full, next project. That's it. The doors are closed. So yeah, it's been a fun year so far. And I'm excited for the next season to come, even though it's going to be hard work, hard work, hard work. I'm so excited for it. And I don't know if you can tell, but I'm really happy to be making this video. I'm really happy to be getting into this. Life is a lot of fun when you live it in seasons. Most people live very lukewarm, limp dick lifestyle, right? They're not all in on one thing. They don't really enjoy life. When they want to enjoy life, they're not truly enjoying life. When they're working, they're not truly working. They're half-hearted in everything. Whereas when you live in seasons, you go all in on one thing and then all in on the next thing. I was like, I'm going to have a social life and I'm going to start to live life more. I'm going to start to do things. So what did I do? I went to Amsterdam on 2 days' notice. Me and the alpha setters went to Thailand for a whole month. I went to France. I went to Tenerife. I went blah, 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 Switzerland. I went everywhere. I did a mad thing. Now my season is, I'm not catching any more flights, boys. I'm staying here in England, in the base, locking into the grind. Set projects to work on. Allow your priorities to shift. As men, our purpose can change. Our purpose isn't, people think of a purpose as your one life goal. Your purpose can change. 1 second, your purpose is this. 1 second, your purpose is having an MMA fight. Now you don't want to do MMA anymore. Now you want to be a professional football player, whatever it is. Your purpose can change. You allow your priorities to shift naturally, and you just live seasonal. You live season at a time. If your priorities shift, cool. You're on a season of this. You're on a season of that. You're on a season of this. This is the seasonal lifestyle. And I think this is how to live a memorable lifestyle when you live in seasons. Oh, yeah, bro. Do you remember last year when we just sat in that room for 24 hours and just worked the whole time? Ha ha ha. Yeah, we was crazy, bro. Oh, yeah, bro. Do you remember when we went on that 2-week holiday and we went absolutely crazy, bro? Yeah, we wasn't thinking about anything. Yeah, we didn't have a care in the world. This is how to live a memorable lifestyle. Most people don't live memorable lifestyles. Every day is the same. It's just a loop. It's an endless loop. Slavery. When you live seasonal, this is how you actually remember your life. You actually love living your life. Because whatever the season you're in is the season that you chose to be in. And there's beauty in that. And we'll get onto why. So right now, I'm entering the season of conquest. And I invite you boys to join me. Usually it's the other way around. Usually summer is the season of fucking about. But I'm about to enter the season of conquest.
Oh.
What the hell was that? Okay, fine. The reason why most major goals are not achieved is because we spend time doing second things first. A quote, I'm reading this book that Jordan gave me last week by Robert J. McCain. Main goals are not achieved because we spend our time doing second things first. We don't prioritize, we don't structure our life to focus on the thing that we really want to achieve. The thing that we really want to achieve in life is usually the thing that is going to take a lot of work. So what do? We do second things, B-level tasks first, things that you kind of want. So for me, for example, right now, my goal is to build alpha sets to 300 students. What are some things that I kind of want to do on the side? I kind of want to keep dating. I've been dating this year. I kind of want to keep dating, try and find my wife. But that's a B-level task. It's not my priority at the moment. So why am I gonna allow myself to spend time dating, which is the second thing that I want to do, rather than doing the first thing that I want to do, which is grow alpha sets? Why am I going to spend time watching this Netflix show that I've really wanted to watch for a long time? There's a show called Blood of Zeus. I watched the first season like ages ago. It's like this animated series about the Greek gods. I love that stuff. Don't know if you can tell. I love that stuff. I've wanted to watch this. I've seen there's a new season, but that's a B-level task. There's a A-level task that I need to focus on. People focus on doing second things first before they've even done the first thing. Why am I going to watch this Netflix show when I've not got 300 alpha setters yet? I'm not going to do that. I'm not a dickhead. So what makes the seasonal lifestyle so powerful is that it allows you to live life in a permanent state of high frequency. And this is the source, boys. This is where we start to get into source, stuff that people don't really talk about so much. Living a seasonal lifestyle lets you live life on a high frequency. The chapter of life that you are living is the chapter that you chose. If you choose to, travel and, do a load of mad things, sleep with a load of girls, whatever, that's the chapter of life that you chose to live. If you choose to, this isn't hard. If you choose to live a life where you're just all in on your mission, you're just working 12, 13, 15 hours a day, then that's the chapter that you chose. You're not forcing life anymore. When you're living this seasonal lifestyle that I'm talking about, you're not forcing life. You're doing what comes natural to you. Right now, I'm not forcing this work. I want to do this work. I'm choosing this season. Because I'm choosing this season, because this is truly what deep down I want to do, because this goal is important to me, I'm on a high frequency. I can't wait to get up in the morning. I can't wait to get to work. I'm so fired up to work on this mission. Now, let's talk about frequency. The electrons that orbit the nucleus of an atom are constantly in motion, and this motion can be described as a wave or vibration. The frequency of this vibration determines the energy level of the electron, which in turn determines the properties of the atom and the material that it makes up. Comprende? The vibration of the electron, brother. Do you see the power? Do you see the power of the vibration of the electron? It's a game changer, boys. The seasonal lifestyle, the vibration of the electron, the power. You're made up of atoms, right? We're made up of atoms. And the properties of the atoms that you're made up of is determined by your vibration. Now, living life on a high frequency, living life on a high vibration is what I was trying to talk about at the start of this call. The people that go into the gym every single day, like the boxers that are just happy to be there and they're enjoying what they're doing, they want to be in the gym. Those are the people that excel so much faster than the people that don't want to be there. There's going to be days where you don't really want to do it and you've got to do it anyway. Cool. You need that discipline. You need to show up anyway. But in a perfect world, the most progress you're going to make is when you are there because you want to be there. That's when you're going to have the best training session and that's when you're going to make the most progress. I see it all the time. I literally see this all the time. Have you ever noticed that there's just some people in life that just seem to win for no reason at all? You might think that they got lucky. You might just think they're gifted. You might, whatever. There's some people in life that just seem to win at whatever they do. And the thing is with winning, I don't know how far you guys have got through the Become a Fucking Weapon course module that I just released into Alpha Setters. But the thing is with winning is it creates a positive feedback loop. Because if you're winning, your frequency is high and it remains high because you're winning. Because what do we enjoy doing? We enjoy winning. We enjoy seeing results. Seeing the results maintains our high frequency. Maintaining our high frequency makes it easier for us to keep winning and to keep getting better. Not only does it increase our frequency, but if you've seen the module yet on alpha setters, it also increases your testosterone. Because if you feel good about the work that you're putting in, it actually increases your testosterone and reduces cortisol, which again has a snowballing effect. So some people in life just seem to win just because they've managed to master the art of living on a high frequency. I mean, that's my interpretation of the law of attraction. I don't really believe that if you sit like you believe that you want something, you believe that you've got something, and you put that out into the world and you manifest it, it's just magically going to fall into your lap. But I believe if you live life on just the highest frequency possible, as if you've already got everything that you want to have, it's going to help you and push you forward to achieve those things. So frequency is very, very powerful, and that's the power of the seasonal lifestyle. Rather than just going through the motions, living every single day the same way, bored, tired of life, well, choose. If you want to take a week doing this, cool. Take a week doing this. If this week your focus and your heart is really in on this specific goal that you're desperate to achieve, cool. Go all in on it though. Don't half-heart it. Don't half-heart life. Go all in on it. This is how we conquer. So here's the plan. So there's two types of people. There's the leaders and there's the followers. We're alpha setters. What is an alpha? An alpha is the leader. This is us, boys. We're on the leader category. We don't want to be reacting to the world. We just want to be initiating. We want to be brute forcing this shit, boys. Don't be that guy where it's like, yo, yeah, you kind of sat around in the office and you don't really want to take any sales calls today. So you're just going to wait for a customer to call you first, but pick up the phone straight away. Aggression, speed and violence, as I always used to say. Speed and violence. Don't just wait for a problem to fall into your lap. Anticipate what problems might you encounter on your path in order to achieve this goal. Anticipate the problems ahead of time. We're big-brained individuals. You've all had the brains to invest in such an amazing program. You're clearly big-brained individuals. Use that big brain of yours, boys, to anticipate the problems ahead of time. Instead of just spending time with people for the sake of spending time with people, invest time with the people that are, one, just a priority for you, the people that you truly care about, like your immediate family, your mom, your girlfriend, etc. You're investing time with these people because it's important to you. But you're not just wasting time with people that are not important to you and not going to bring you closer to your goals. In a specific season of conquest, you've got to be picky with who you hang around with. You can't just hang around with friends for the sake of hanging around with friends. You can get to that. You can have seasons of that. But in a season of conquest, you're selective. You invest your time with people wisely. They either bring you closer to your goals or there's someone that you literally just like, they're more important to you than anything else. Fill the calendar by priorities. Prioritize first the most important things. Make sure that they're at the top of your list, and you slowly filter down to the less important things. If there is time after you've got through all of your priorities and then all of your lesser priorities for fuck around time, then cool. But for the most part, that's never going to happen, unfortunately. Like for me, watching that Netflix show that I told you about, that's on my list of something that I want to do. And I'll put that on my calendar all the way at the bottom of my priorities and my not so priorities. So if I get through all of this today, I get a chance to watch this show. Am I going to get through all of it today? No. Am I going to get through it all tomorrow? No. By the time it comes to Sunday, I've got a new list of priorities. I'm never going to get around to watching this show. I know this already. I'm never going to get around to this. Fill the calendar by priorities and make sure to do your daily objectives every single day. That's something that I go all in on. So this is, again, more source here. I gave you some source about the frequency and everything. Let's talk about some more source. So to build an amazing business, you have to paint a very strong vision of the future with your team in order and to build your culture around that. Something that I've had conversations with David and Jordan about. A big part of having a thriving business is having a strong vision that you can unite to build towards. The stronger the vision is, the stronger your team. And business owners know this. Big businesses, they know this stuff. A strong image of the dream, that's what's going to unite you as a company. The dream life that you're building towards, that's going to unite you as a company, and it's going to inspire people to go above and beyond. If you're a content creator, the dream vision, that's what's going to inspire people to follow along to your journey as well. The dream life that you want to build is going back to before. You want to build a better world? What's your vision? What's your company's vision for building a better life for the world? So having this vision, that's essential to create a strong team culture and to build a thriving business. But the thing is, most of you guys aren't business owners. Right now, the thing that I'm trying to do, I'm actually scaling back my business. I don't even, with my Alpha Setter program, now that I'm not really running the agencies, I hardly even think of myself as a business owner anymore, because it's like, I'm a content creator and I have a coaching program. But what sort of business is this? This is like level 1 business, brother. But the thing is, we know that we need to create a strong vision for the company, but we forget to actually do this on an individual level. We forget to do this for ourselves. What I have done recently, I've done a lot of inner work here, and I've done a lot of prep work to make sure that I'm ready to go all in on this goal. And I want you boys to do the same. Think of yourself as a team, because you're not just one component. You don't think of yourself as a one-man team. You are an actual multi-component team. Okay? You are a multi-component team. What do I mean by this? You have your conscious brain, your subconscious mind, you have your heart. You will have to tap into physical, mental, spiritual energy. You've got logic, emotion. You've got so many different things that will affect your thought process working together to dictate your outputs. You're not a one-man team. It's actually a very complex system. You've got so many different components there. There's lots of things that have to come together inside of you in order to achieve greatness. Greatness is not something that anyone can just achieve. And if you want to achieve greatness, all of the components have got to come together. No one talks about this. Why? All of these things have got to come together. They've all got to be aligned towards the same clear vision. So I need you all, boys, to identify the vision. Most people don't identify the vision. Most people don't do this. Sit there and think, like, what's the dream life that I'm building towards? Paint a very, very, very clear picture. What do you want your life to look like? What do you want your day-to-day responsibilities to look like? How much money do you want to be making? Everything. Like, literally, where do you want to live? What do you want it to smell like, bruv? I don't care. What's your dream vision for the future? My dream vision for the future right now is to build an army of 300 alpha setters. I want to be able to hire, like once a year, I want to be able to do like one of those award ceremonies, where everyone gets suited up. As though, let me start sharing my screen a second. What I want to do is I want to do one of those award ceremonies where we all get suited up. We all go like we rent out like a massive place and we do like alpha setter awards, like setter of the year, cash collector of the year, the stud of the year, whatever it is. I want to be able to do award ceremonies, 300 guys, just 300 warriors. I'm telling you the vision. I want 300 warriors to the point where people fear the name of alpha setters. No one can compete with us. We do award ceremonies. We're doing a mad thing. We're traveling the world. We're doing these meetups all the time. We're just a great group of boys. And we've got loads of little friends groups inside of alpha setters as well, like the Liverpool lot, like the London lot, etc. Like, that's my vision for the future that I want to build towards. So get very, very clear on the vision for the future. And if like the vision is like truly and authentically what you desire, it's like now all the components of me are united towards this vision. I'm now obsessed with this vision. That's an obsession that I've locked inside of myself. An obsession is what you need to truly win. And that's what I'm going to be harnessing into. I've united all of the parts of myself and I'm obsessed with winning. Even my subconscious brain is working towards the same goal. My subconscious mind is obsessed with this as well. I literally dream about this, bro. This is my vision that I want to build towards. In order to unite all of these parts of yourself, in order to achieve greatness, in order to truly thrive, step 1, build the vision. Step 2, reverse engineer your life to literally make it unreasonable for you not to win. Boom. And then we get into, okay, so what's the action steps there? Action step 1, build the vision. Step 2, reverse engineer your life. How am I going to reverse engineer my life in order to do this? So this is my version of monk mode. This is what monk mode looks like for me. If it is not building towards my vision, then I have no interest in doing it. Start of the year, I was like, okay, want to live more of a life, want to socialize, want to start dating, blah, 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 blah. Been dating, been socializing, been doing a mad thing. Right now in this season, these things are not going to bring me towards my goals. I'm not doing it. Not traveling, don't care to travel. Not dating, going to delete my dating apps. Not doing that anymore. I'm focused on the mission. It's a voluntary decision just to go all in on the mission. Now, monk mode for me doesn't mean sitting in a dark room every single day and living a boring life. That's not what monk mode means to me. Monk mode means to me is living life how I want to live it. And if you have done the action, like if you've created the vision correctly and like it's a strong vision that you truly desire, then the only thing that you want now, all of your components, your subconscious, your heart, your conscious, everything is united. The only thing that you want to do is build towards this vision. So I don't want to go and do a mad thing. Fun to me, I'm not sitting in a dark room working all day and being depressed. I'm sitting in my office, maybe going to the park, maybe smoking a few cigars outside and working. I'm just every day I'm working towards my vision. That's what matters. Can you guys see this? Like the notification in the top right. Call incoming. Oh yeah, I'm not seeing my screen. I'm like, perfect. I was gonna be like, shit, that's gonna be so annoying. I don't want to make any cuts on this video. And then someone's phone number just come up in the top right of my screen. Okay, cool. The only thing that I care about doing right now is building towards my vision. So I've got an interesting way of doing this, and this is how I think I got into the position that I'm in today from doing this, reverse engineering my life to make it unreasonable for me not to win. Some people like to say, okay, I'm going to work this time today, and then after I complete all my tasks for the day, I'm going to sign off, I'm going to have a rest, blah, 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 blah. It's not sustainable to work 13 hours a day of deep work. That's not possible, right? Actual deep work, you can't do 13 hours a day of deep work. So what I do is my life, I like to do the morning is deep work of like really, really focused work. The deep work that I'll be doing at the time depends on the project that I'm working on, of course. So right now, my deep work in the morning is, of course, going to all be directed towards Alpha Zetas, you boys, making the program better, marketing it better, paid ads, sales calls, whatever it is. My deep work in the morning is going to be towards growing Alpha Zetas. 4 hours of deep work, smash that out in the morning, completely fasted. I don't eat until after my deep work's done because that's how you just unlock just crazy focus. You just fast. Fasting and nicotine and caffeine, if you're a bad man, I don't even take caffeine myself. Though that fasting, caffeine, nicotine is a deadly combination, boys. Very, very, very deadly combination. You can really get some work done. You're basically a crackhead. You're basically just a crackhead at that point. Get some work done. Yeah. Cool. Get 4 hours of crazy deep work done in the morning to the point where you've done more in the morning than most people would do in like 3 days worth of work. Boom. You feel great. You've got momentum. You're probably a little bit mentally fatigued after that, but you feel great. You've got momentum and you feel good because you've just made progress towards your vision. It's a positive feedback loop. Like I said, it bounces off each other. Because what you're going to be doing is you're going to be doing a dopamine detox. And all of your dopamine is going to come from making progress towards your mission. You're almost going to get like a high or like a rush. You're going to feel so good after you've done your deep work to the point where it gives you like a second wind. It gives you a second wind that you can carry into the afternoon to get some more work done. It's not going to be deep work like it was in the morning. It might just be some shallow work. It might just be kind of deep work. But you'll be able to get more work done throughout the afternoon. Cool. So at this point, we've got a good, 6, 7, 8 hours of work done. Now, after that, this is where people usually start to sign off. And what I do in order to, again, unite all of these different components of myself, that's how I'm going to describe it. The reason I do this is to unite the components is I will do things like read or seminars or watch courses, watch YouTube videos, stuff like this. I will sign off, but not in a way where it's just like, oh yeah, I'm going to watch Netflix, I'm going to play video games, or I'm going to do something stupid. Because the beauty, I'm not against doing all of those things. Like, I'm definitely not a person where it's like, you should never watch Netflix. It's a complete waste of time. It is a waste of time, but you can waste time sometimes if you want to waste time sometimes. But when you're in a season of conquest, you can't afford to waste time doing these things, because when you waste time doing these things, your subconscious brain starts to lose focus of the mission. Your subconscious brain is a tricky one. It's a very tricky one. You have to really you have to baby it at all times. You have to be like an overprotective parent of your subconscious brain. You lose your subconscious brain, you've lost a very valuable ally in this war. Your subconscious brain is an ally that you need for conquest. You need it to be on your side. You can't let it be on the enemy side. If your subconscious brain starts to be fed information and content and things like that that do not align with your mission, that's when you're going to start to get brain fog. That's when you're going to start to feel a little bit unmotivated. That's when you're going to have to start forcing yourself to do the work because your subconscious brain is occupied with poison. For me, for example, I remember very, very clearly, I used to play loads and loads of video games, like loads of video games. Used to be a big video game guy. My favorite video game was a game called Smite. Smite, funnily enough, was about Ragnarok. It was all the gods, you know, fighting each other, Zeus, Poseidon, blah, 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 banging it up. I was a big mythology guy, you know, big history, big mythology guy, right? I got to a point where I wanted to focus on myself improvement, start a business or whatever. And I remember I cut my video games down. I was only allowed 1 hour per day, only if I completed all my tasks that I set myself. Only if I completed my daily objectives, I was allowed to play video games. I'd complete my daily objectives and then I'd play my hour of video games. But that hour of video games completely fucked me up. Like completely fucked me up to the point where the daily objectives that I was completing the daily objectives, not because I wanted to complete them, not because I wanted to make progress towards my goal, just because I wanted to get them out of the way so I could play video games. I just wanted to get them out of the way. Just mediocre job. Okay, yeah, that's good enough. Cool. I'm going to play my video games. When your subconscious brain is like preoccupied with something else, you're never going to get your best work done. You're never going to be all in on the mission. So that's why I think it's important that your entire life, when you're in a season of conquest, your entire life revolves around the mission. So for me, I read 50 pages a day of reading. 50 pages a day, I wouldn't even consider that productive at that point. There's a lot more productive things that you can do than read. For example, work. But I can't work for 13 hours a day. That's not sustainable. So I'll read for 50 pages instead. Even though it's not the most productive thing in the world, that's me resting, relaxing my brain in a way. That's me having downtime whilst also keeping my mind focused on the mission. The books that I'll be reading, these will be books that directly correlate to the mission that I'm trying to build towards. For example, what did I say? I'm trying to become a leader and be my tribe. Book about leadership that Jordan gave me. I read 50 pages a day because, again, it's just feeding my subconscious brain information and it's reiterating the importance of my goal that I'm building towards. My subconscious knows that I'm not fucking around. It knows that I'm obsessed. Even in my rest time, I'm obsessed with achieving this goal. So now, my thoughts throughout the day, my shower thoughts, my dreams, my sleep thoughts, all of these things are now all feeding me ideas towards the vision, towards the mission. And that's the powerful thing. All of the geniuses, they all have light bulb moments out of nowhere. But where do they get their light bulb moments from? People like Einstein. These people are crazy. To normal people, they're crazy because they're so obsessed with their work, right? Because they're so obsessed with their random thoughts throughout the day, they're all focused towards one specific thing. If we have 60,000 thoughts every single day, and they're all focused towards your goal, you're going to have quite a few light bulb moments in there. You're going to have quite a few breakthroughs. And that's where the genius comes from. That's where it all ties together. So my life, the lifestyle design is designing your whole lifestyle around your purpose. You're cutting off the distractions. You're cutting off external dopamine. You don't want none of that. You want your dopamine to come from working towards your vision. That's it. When you do that, you unite your subconscious brain, you unite your conscious brain, and you unite your heart together. Your emotions, your logic, your sleepy thoughts, they all come together. Now, the last thing that I think is very, very important, and you know, some people are not going to understand this so much, but I also think it's very, very important to actually tap into your spiritual power, your spiritual energy in order to truly achieve greatness, in order to truly achieve peak human performance. Because as men, we have an energy meter. We have an energy meter, like literally, like we have a limited amount of willpower. We have a limited amount of energy. The reason why I can't do 13 hours of deep work every single day and still be fine and still be functioning is because as a human, I have limitations. But the thing is, we're all connected in the spiritual realm. We're all connected, and the spiritual realm is infinite. It's quite crazy, actually. It's infinite. It's not limited. It's not limited like us puny mortals. The spiritual realm is infinite, and there's infinite power to be called upon whenever you want. So for me, the spiritual realm I access that through my faith, through my religion, through God, right? Simon, have you read a book called Hard Times Create Strong Men?
No,
I don't know
I've
why I
not.
thought you would have, but I don't know. I think someone in your little book group has read that book, I think.
I think Declan, yeah.
Yeah. Hard Times Create Strong Men. Hard Times Create Strong Men talks about this, and it's really interesting. I access the spiritual realm from my religion. It's like if I'm feeling like really like done for ideas, or like my gas tank is empty and I've got nothing else to pull from. You know what I will say to myself? Like the atheists watching this are gonna be like, that's so whack. But like truly, like it actually like works. But I can't explain why it works. But it works because there's infinite energy in the spiritual realm. Okay, in the name of Jesus Christ, I'm going to violate my objectives, and I stand up and I do whatever that needs to be done. I've had such a long day, boys. Like genuinely, I've been up since early, sales calls, mad thing, planning this event. I've all day been busy. I've got a beanbag now in my corner. Oh, John, that's not my camera, my bad. That's embarrassing. Got a beanbag in my corner. I started my beanbag and I started falling asleep. I was asleep for maybe 10 minutes. I was like, right, I've got work to do. Didn't want to stand up. In the name of Jesus Christ, I'm going to violate my objectives. Bang, stand up. Bang, back to work. And if I'm like feeling retarded and I just like can't think like, oh, dumb. Like when I was writing this presentation, dumb, I don't know what to write. In the name of Jesus Christ, I'm going to violate my objectives and I'll just start typing. I can't explain how this works because I'm a retarded human being. We're all retarded as humans. We're retards. But understand that there was a lot of power in the spiritual realm. A lot of people do great things, great things, and claim God to be responsible for those things. I believe that with all my heart. And at the end of the day, all I say is that there's no disadvantage to trying to tap into that, you know? There's no disadvantage to trying to tap into something spiritual, to try and gain some power from the spiritual realm because it is infinite. And I believe we're all connected on that level as humans. We've all got the gift of life, which cannot be replicated. We cannot create life from nothing. We can't do that as humans. We think we're big G's. We think we're all that. We can't create life. There is something magical about life that we just cannot explain. We absolutely can't describe that. We can all tap into the spiritual realm, and there's a lot of power there. Think of like a tiny little seed that thinking turns into a massive tree, but that's got all these mechanical organisms inside of it doing a mad thing, blah, blah, blah. Tiny little sperm cell, tiny little egg cell, and here you are, a walking, talking, breathing, autistic person with actual thoughts going on. It's crazy. There's something magical inside of the spiritual realm. The magic that comes from the spiritual realm, that's the same stuff that created you. You can tap into that. The same magic that made you from a little tiny sperm egg combination into the walking, talking man you are today, into the alpha set you are today. That's the same magic that you can harness, you can tap into in order to achieve your goals and in order to make the world a better place. So I highly recommend you boys tap into that. So monk mode for me is literally just becoming obsessed with the goals, doing the hard work. Most people, yeah, they get in the habit. The reason why people are not disciplined is because they get in the habit of putting things off. They put things off and replace it with B-level tasks or even like D-tier tasks, the things like watching the Netflix and stuff like that. And they completely ruin their own components. If there's one thing that I want you to take from this call, boys, or one thing that I want you to take from this video, it's the fact that in order to achieve greatness, you need all of the components of your body to work together. When you stop putting tasks off, not completing your daily objectives, wasting time scrolling TikTok, what you are doing is you're telling parts of yourself that this is not important to you. You have to have momentum. And it's unfortunate that it is a game of momentum because what that means is it's difficult to win. We know it's difficult to win, but because it's a game of momentum, it's like if you're not meant to win, if you're not really about it, you're not going to win. Because you can snowball in a good direction or you can snowball in a bad direction. You need to take this seriously. You need to make the decision to go all in a season of conquest. It's temporary. It's a temporary season of conquest where you go all in, where you unite yourself, and with all of these parts of yourself working together, then you will thrive, boys. Does anyone have any questions about any of that? I'm sweating. No questions.
I know you said that you like to have your deep focus work in the morning. So, like, say a day where you're not seeing anyone, you're just focusing on work, gym. How would you structure that personally? That'd be most efficient for you. Like, what times would you work? What time would you go to the gym? When would you have your meals? Like, what works best for you personally?
Right. So my perfect schedule is I would wake up at 8:30. 8:30. I'm in the office. Like ideally, like wake up, like brush your teeth, get ready, and everything. Get some sunlight in your eyes straight away. I spoke about that in the new course. Get some sunlight in your eyes straight away. Like go outside, get some fresh air. In a perfect world, I never do this by the way, but like if I really wanted to like be dialed in for the day, I'd do my deep work outside with a cigar in the morning whilst fasted, but I don't do that by the way. I don't do that. That's long. But I'd wake up at 8:30, I'd get some sunlight in my eyes. In the office for 9 o'clock, I would do deep work until probably about 1 p.m. Have my breakfast at 1 p.m. Breakfast, high fats, high protein, steak, something like that. Perfect. And then I'd get back to work. Steak and I'd have orange juice. I gobble orange juice like a drug fiend. I addicted to orange juice, boys. Steak and orange juice, carbs and protein and fats. Then I get back to work. Probably work until about 4 p.m. Then I'll maybe go on, maybe have like another meal, 4 p.m. Go for a walk to help digest that meal, get some fresh air. Sometimes when we are focused on like when we're focused on all day on something that's so close to us, like a computer screen or a phone or something like that, all day long, sometimes we just need to rest our eyes because it can be very exhausting for our brain. Our eyes are connected to our brain. It can be very exhausting for our brain to stare at something so close. So by going outside, letting your eyes wander at things in the distance and stuff like that is very good for relaxing your brain. Go for a walk, come back, read 25 pages. At that point, I'd probably start going through some like self-optimized IO, for example, Neil's course. I'd start going through something like that, or some YouTube videos or something. Then I train. I come back from training, my final meal. I read another 25 pages. And then usually I'll do my Spanish before bed because I'm learning Spanish. Yeah. That's just kind of like a fun thing for me to end the day on. And then before bed, I'll pray, make my objectives for the next day, pass out, and then we go again tomorrow. That's what a perfect day looks like for me in order to build towards the vision. Obviously, I'd fit sales calls in there, group calls in there as well, stuff like that. But yeah, that's the perfect day for me. Usually I'll try and do group calls in like the hours where I'm not too focused, like after 4 p.m. ideally. Because group calls for me, even though they're a very important part of my business, I don't need so much willpower and energy in order to do those. I don't know why. It's like, if you're completely exhausted and you're like really like, drained, but you find out, oh, you've got to go get up on stage in front of 1,000 people and make a public speech, you're not gonna get up on the stage like, you're just gonna make it work, aren't you? So even if I'm completely exhausted, I'll get on an alpha set call and I'll still bring energy. And then after that, the alpha set call, then I'm just dead. Happens a lot. Happens a lot, boys. Good question though. Does anyone else have any questions on anything?
I've got a question just around daily objectives. So, of course, everyone's got goals, tasks, you name it, but how exactly do you go about doing that? Do you do X and then the week after that do X plus 2? Or how exactly do you go ahead and how do you document all this? Like, is it just a spreadsheet? You tell me.
So on my whiteboard, I've got my daily objectives, like just here on my whiteboard. I do a little tick box next to it. For example, can you still hear me over here, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So for example, can you see this?
Mm-hmm.
Call at 9:30, call at 10:30, call at 11:30, prepare, appointment at 2, YouTube video record. Like I just write a checkbox on my whiteboard the day before I go to bed. And then when I wake up, it's like, okay, I just start going through my objectives and ticking it off as I go along. Make sure to tick it because you get a little dopamine hit from just ticking it, which inspires you to get onto the next one. That's how I do my daily objectives. It's as simple as that. I don't document it. Like at the end of the day, that gets wiped off. Tomorrow's objectives come in. What I do though as well, whenever I have things that I want to do, let's see if I've got this set up right now. Whenever I've got things that like I'm like, oh, in the next few days, like I should get that done. I should do that. I'll do that. I'll just write it on my board somewhere for me to so that I can see it when I'm making my objectives for tomorrow. For example, I'll be able to see the things that I've wrote around it. If I've got like an idea, for example, I'll quickly get up and write it. Sleepy ideas. You get a lot of ideas when you're in sleepy mode. It's very powerful when you're in sleepy mode. People don't realize how much power is in sleepy mode. Because again, you're accessing like a different world when you're in sleepy mode. Sleepy mode is very powerful because that's where you're dreaming, right? You're starting to access almost the spiritual realm is the way I see sleepy mode. When you're like really tired, you can barely keep your eyes open. You're accessing the spiritual realm where we're all connected, and you know the laws of reality don't exist in the spiritual realm. Anything can happen. You get to access divinity almost because that's what the spiritual realm is, divinity. When you're like almost falling asleep in bed, bro, the amount of times I spring out of bed with some crackhead idea, and what I'll do is I'll just record a voice memo on my phone and then label it the title, and then like a couple of times a week I'll just go through my voice memos and then I'll be like, oh fuck, that was a great idea, and then I'll add that to my whiteboard, and then I'll just decide before I go to bed. I'll look at my calendar for the next day, look at the things that I have to do, for example, sales calls, group calls, or whatever. And then I'll just decide like, okay, how much can I get done tomorrow? I won't get easy on myself. How much can I get done tomorrow? And then I'll just fit things in accordingly to how much time I've got available.
Gotcha. Okay, so you look at things from more of a to-do list.
It's a to-do list, yeah.
Yeah. So then with your goals, sorry. So like you said right now, for example, I want to get to 300 alpha setters. We're at 100 and God knows how many, 100 and you tell me. But do you then have like this week we're gonna aim to get 3 more people, the next week we're gonna aim to get 4 people, and we have these action items here. And is that how you do all that? In like a setting perspective, okay, 3 calls a day, 3 calls a day, 3 calls a day. Only 2 calls are qualified this week, or if you catch my drift here.
Yeah, so there's lots of different ways about going about it. I think setting yourself KPIs that like metrics that you should be doing, like hitting every week, every month, or whatever, in order to achieve that goal is a very, very good idea. For something like alpha setters, the goal itself is a different goal because it's not like I need to do a certain thing every single day in order to make it happen. I could divide it across a certain time frame, say I need to sign X students X amount of time. But at the rate I'm going, I need to like do something big in order to get to 300 students. Like I need a breakthrough. I need to figure something out. So for me, it's more about testing, like testing ads, testing YouTube videos, testing referrals, testing like going to networking events or whatever. I need to test different ways about getting towards this goal. So right now, it's like Simon, it's like you right now writing on your whiteboard, I want to get to 20K a month. If you write on your whiteboard 20K a month, it's not like, okay, I want to get to 20K a month. So this week, I need to make X amount of money. Next month, I need to make X amount of money. That month, I've got to make X amount of money. It's not like that at all, because what you need to do before you can get to 20K a month is not hit all of these milestones. It's actually figure out, okay, how am I actually going to get to 20K a month? Right now, what I need to do, it's not about metrics that I need to hit. It's like I need to figure out a plan in order to get there. I need to have a breakthrough. I need a breakthrough. And that's why a lot of the things that I'm talking about are very much optimized towards thinking and ideas and accessing the highest version of myself and unlocking wisdom that I have deep down inside of me that I just don't realize is there. That's what I need to do. I need to access wisdom. I need to level up as a person. And that's what I'm saying. My 6-week plan, I need to become the type of person that knows how to just attract an extra 150 students into my program. But for someone like you, like I definitely think setting those goals along those ways, those KPIs, those metrics, is an amazing idea because you know what inputs you need to do. If you know the inputs, then definitely set expectations for yourself. Once I know the metrics, 100% I'm going to do that, you know. But right now, I need to pattern my marketing, pattern my ads, or whatever it is that I'm going to go all in on order to get that goal. I'm thinking probably ads. That's what I'm focused on right now.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Cool. I mean, I like this. I like this. I like doing these self-improvement things. Any more questions, boys? Cool. So, this call has gone on for a long time, boys. Did not expect it to take this long. I've got to go get ready for boxing now anyway. However, one thing that I'll quickly say before I go, boys. Aman, Killian, make sure you come swagged out on Saturday. Come swagged out, boys. Let's stand out. Let's stand out. There's going to be people there. A lot of big business owners that need to hire talented appointment setters. Want to set a very good first impression. Make sure your social medias look good because you're going to be exchanging social medias with these guys and stuff. Aman, did you post the results thing that I told you to post the other day?
I've got the photo. I'll just literally about to send you it. Because you go send it to you first, then post it. But I need to post it. We got a big cash collected over the next 2 days. So I was asking if I should add that in or do as a separate one for like the highlights. I'm just waiting for that to come in.
Yeah,
Then I
bro.
can like put in like heavy things.
Yeah, you can always add on top of it, bro. Let's get that one posted today. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Get that posted today. Yeah.
Yeah, I did during the call because you
Yeah, we're gonna be shining at this
sent
event.
through to you right now as well.
Obviously, you're sharing a room with me as well, bro. So just saying, you know, I figured out 2 weeks ago that wine and cigars is the best base for exercise, bro. So just know on Saturday after we've had drinks, we'll be doing some training, brother. We'll be doing some training.
Is that fair?
Just yeah,
That's stressful.
that's what happens when you share a room with someone.
We're expecting big things.
It's gonna be good. So yeah, roll as well. Very high level people come into this to this event. Quickly, just for like the YouTube video, let me show the boys this. For the people that are watching on YouTube, me and Jerove, you might know Jerove, the only Jerove in the world. We are hosting a collective. We're hosting an event which is going to be absolutely fire. 20 people coming out to this event, sold out instantly, by the way. Like literally, yeah, instantly. Like I'm actually having to move things around kind of just so that I can get everyone in because there's just so many people that want to come. But Alpha Setters, we always do make sure to participate in some sports. So we're having a basketball tournament on Friday, 2 p.m. That's going to be sick. 4 teams of 5. Oh, Aman, by the way, are you good at basketball?
I used to play for a team, but that was like 2 years ago. So it's been a while since I played.
Because he was
But
like,
I'm not bad.
my balls. I was like, yeah, he's going to be a sweat, isn't he?
No, I'm not as good as I used to be. I tried again recently, but I've still got a little bit there.
I've not played basketball in probably about 8 years. So, I mean, me and Jordan played a little bit last night, just like, try and get some practice in. And I was terrible. 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 So, yeah, I'm very competitive and I've got a feeling that's going to hurt my ego a little bit. But oh well, we move. We've got the cigar night. And by the way, boys, cigar night, cigars all on me. You all have £50 cigar budget each. You can buy multiple smaller cigars. You can buy one big G cigar. Any cigar that's like between like 50 and like £60, I don't mind. That's completely on me, boys. I'm gonna cover the cigar night. As I always do, that's Alpha Setters fashion. Cigar night's on me. That's gonna be sick. We've got high level people coming to that. We've got videographer. We're gonna get some big G pictures of that thing because obviously we've got 2 videographers coming. So Simon, bro, you're gonna get the best picture of your life, brother. I promise you. Like, it's gonna get some great pictures. Gonna have some great money talks. Obviously, meet all the Alpha Setters. Meet people like Jerove, big time agency owner. Roll, my good friend Roll, who came to the last Alpha Setter meetup in London. This guy's done 10 mil in sales for his sales agency. This guy does like 100, 200 grand a month, something like that. Mad thing. You're going to meet some really high level people. Day 2, Gen Z Club event. Come swagged out. Make sure your social medias are good. Make sure you are in your social mode. Make sure you're talking to people, connecting with people. There's going to be a lot of opportunities there. A lot of connections to be made. 7 p.m., 7:30 p.m., steak dinner. And then 9 p.m., drinks. And then like 12 p.m. me and Aman are gonna go on like a 10K run or something. I don't know. So
I'll be ready.
it's gonna be an amazing weekend, boys. I'll see you all.
I'll join you for that run.
Yeah.
No problem.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it, pal. Yeah. No, boys. It's been a pleasure. Thanks for joining the call, boys. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah,
Take care.
100%. Talk to
See
you.
you in a bit, boys. Take care.